as we get you set for number 12 Gonzaga and the Maryland Terrapins. Starting lineups for these two coaches. What a coaching matchup it will be. Mark Few, Buzz Williams, Darius Adams, highly touted first-year player. As we are just about ready, Mike Littlewood, Byron Jarrett, and Justin Shamin are officiating crew.
Have to try to control pace. They don't want to get into a track meet with this Gonzaga team. And if you're Gonzaga, can you continue to turn over as you see that young man?
Out by EK.
And the other concern, if you're Buzz Williams, with your group as well. Remember, this is a back-to-back as EK lines up the triple. We talked about it at the top. This is
among active scorers, players in points in college basketball, behind only Tucker DeVries. There's 3 offensive rebound. Payne bulldozes his way in.
And even there, just being a trail runner as a big, filling that space there at the top, able to knock down that triple.
Over the summer, he went to Dallas to work out with a trainer and new Buck center Miles Turner, each day working with Turner. And
he is driven to take his game to the next level. And what a centerpiece he's going to be for this Gonzaga team this season. Payne, boy, it's going to be a fun matchup.
8 field goal attempts, and most of that came in the second half. I thought they kind of went away from him, which is one of the reasons why they struggled as Huff there, able to get that deuce with that sweet.
6 minutes as Gonzaga knocked off one of the elite teams in the country, the Crimson Tide. Adams, little stumble, and able to kiss it in off. And trying to get what would be a signature win early in Buzz's tenure. This is Mario Saint-Superi.
The optimism he showed about this group, how much he liked the fact that because of the great depth and balance and how they're able to compete against one another in practice.
This Gonzaga team is how well they defend. Everyone knows they can score. Everyone knows how versatile they are offensively. But that part has been something to watch as Payne goes left hand.
That we haven't always seen from a Gonzaga team. And I think that's what makes them different. Couple that with how good they've been offensively, how efficient.
Got a hand on it. Braden Smith, the redshirt junior, into the game. Look at Grant Foster going back door. Adams got a piece, but Grant Foster too much. As we cross the 14-minute mark, this feeling out process between these two teams continuing. This is Adam Miller banging in a 3.
Give them a chance to see, okay, where do we have to make some improvement? And let's see with some substitutions now, if they can create a little better offense.
Hurted by Williams. Reset here to Smith. Seattle native gets a screen from Huff, little pick and roll action. Huff the leaner. Boy, these bigs.
But then they're terrific passers. You know, they don't force. You rarely see them make bad decisions when they're on the floor.
This is Jalen Worley, and he goes glass.
Line duo of Graham EK and Braden Huff to the Celtics legendary pairing of Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish. As you get the block there.
That's high praise. You know, I was thinking about some tandems that Jared, that you ain't want to match those two. And Dikembe Mutombo in college, that was a pretty good duo that had a lot. And get some threes to fall.
It's another Maryland turnover. Here comes Smith to the cup, unable to finish, and now the official line there. Inbound to Worley. Kicks it, good movement. This is Smith, corner, pocket, 3. Clay finally gets up his first shot, but it is ugly. Payne working hard.
Tell you what, he's been the
excellent hustle. This is Venters coming around his screen, and he's going to take a bump. They're going to get Payne on the perimeter, and that's going to be his second
job on the hedge and create better leverage.
Look at the movement by the Bulldogs as they find the basketball underneath into the hands of Worley. 9-minute mark, poked away. It's Worley. Another Terrapins turnover, and Smith is going to finish at the other end.
Yeah, especially with how they're shooting the 3-ball here thus far.
5 of 9 from deep. EK into the corner. This is Inocente, and he bent. Pass pulled out of the air by Payne.
This is an opportunity. You get in the open floor, even though you don't want to run, you want to take advantage.
In school history. This is Guillermo Del Pino, who we didn't see much of last night. As Buzz Williams looking for some little magic trick here in Vegas. Andre Mills from the deck. See if that can't get their game jump-started.
Yeah, but
if Diggy Coit was going to be quiet in this game, as he's still looking for his first field goal. Watts steps back on a three, and he hits.
Opportunistic offensively, especially off of turnovers.
First made three for the Terrapins. Boy, beautiful ball movement continues. Miller dropping a dime to EK. As Williams. Here comes Adams. Reset Watts, 7 on the timer. Watts got Miller on his back. And the officials are going to get out 30 a.m. Eastern, TNT, True TV, and HBO Max. Inbound Adams, catch and shoot, corner, three, and he knocks it in. He initially committed to Connecticut in Danny Hurley, but then decommitted.
The officials thought otherwise, and Payne back to the line.
For the contact. And Payne trying to bring the Terrapins a little bit closer. How does Gonzaga get their offense recalibrated here? They double up Grant Foster in the corner. He attacks anyway. Gonzaga fans looking for a violation. There's Coit working against Smith. Stops on a dime and connects.
Teams, but in particular for Maryland, can you keep it right around here, or maybe that's going to be a travel? Yeah.
Boy, give Maryland.
So that has got to be a reason for optimism if you're Buzz Williams.
With this great scene, as has been the case here, this players era, some of the elite teams in the country, and Hecka's offense looked invincible earlier. Suddenly they've gone cold. This is Innocente from deep. Big shot for the Bulldogs.
Just a great
transfer from Tarleton State in Texas. Coit's going to reset. Adams trying to turn the corner. A couple of body bumps from Innocente's
fault. You've got to give him an outlet there. Terrific relocation there for that triple.
I've heard that Gonzaga has
on the floor, either offensively or defensively. Certain spots have to be filled. And if you
the math comes into play, and for Gonzaga, I can tell you they are well aware, and they tonight against Maryland, but they need to win by at least 14 points. So just simply winning isn't enough for the Zag.
Adams on the push, left side Alston, the kick. Rice on the attack, missed it. Fight for it underneath.
With their decision making.
9th Maryland turnover as we're now inside of 50 seconds. Good looking shot, Innocente, and then a technical. About a 12.5-second difference, shot to game clock. Payne sets the high screen for Coit. Deflected out of bounds by Grant Foster. So Darius Adams, 15 last night in the win over UNLV. Didn't shoot it. And 4, make it 5 for 6 at the line so far tonight.
Man.
Trying to neutralize the fact that Gonzaga's a +18 at the three-point line so far. As Adams leaves another free. Well, they've quieted down here last couple of minutes, down to 4 seconds. This is Venters, step back 3, splash! GM Grand Garden Arena. Gonzaga trying to play their way into the final 4 of this field tomorrow as Graham EK. So 3rd personal against Grant Foster. Coit distributes, corner 3, Adams. That's a big. Good ball movement by the Bulldogs continues. Miller into the paint, creates his own shot. Here at LSU, last 2 years at Arizona State under Bobby Hurley. So 90 seconds gone by in the second half. That is Mills, sweet J.
Same level from Gonzaga to start this second half.
Gonzaga Bulldogs, perfect 6-0 start to the season.
For this great recognition of that mismatch. He had Coit on him, had a mouse in the house.
Here comes Pharrell Payne.
And with this competition has been incredible, and I think it's only going to get better. Oh, nice inside-out action there. Great read by EK and Huck.
And Gonzaga looking to build on a 16-point lead. EK takes a peek. Innocente got it.
And so that time now, the cross court for that corner 3.
Innocente's 4th triple tonight. That's a 3. Big answer for Andre Mills. So 16-point game as we cross the 16-minute mark. EK up over 2. Graham EK, third year in this Gonzaga program. After 2 years at Wyoming. Payne, they're going to get him for an offensive foul.
Advantage here that they just have so many ways they can beat you.
Innocente. 31 appearances last year, 3 starts for Mark Few. And boy, he looks like he's got their offense cooking again as they turn it over. Off the hands of Saunders. The push. Venters dials it up from this. Are the Bulldogs. Terrapins have made up some of that at the free throw line. They've outshot Gonzaga 18 attempts to 2 as Payne. And now Smith on the reset. This is Worley. Venters. 11 and change left in the second half.
Yeah, and you wonder, I would assume that Mark Few's staff don't know necessarily what they need to do. But I gotta say,
they have opened this thing up now, 72-48. As we come up on the midway point of the second half. Look at that ball movement, EK. And he's bumped on a reach-in foul. Tracked down by Alston. Del Pino, traveling violation. Metcalf gonna hoist. Offensive rebound, Alston, and he's fouled. And he goes diving into the bench.
Or a few weeks ago.
Graham. Ball distribution. Maryland trying to stay with them. Here's St. Superi getting the high pick.
They're going to create the opportunity to get back to just relevancy. I don't think that we're going to see a scenario where the city's excited about the program again. And that was like during the break. I just had an opportunity. That was my high school. I've been given a lot of respect here. Very fortunate to have had the career I've had and the impact of this city. So, yeah.
Coming, their lead now 28 points. Look out, Miles Rice hits the deck. Venters, a foot race.
I'll tell you what, that was an incredible pass.
The Big Sky, a guy who's been an elite performer collegiately. And what an addition he's been here for Mark Few and this Gonzaga. Elijah Saunders with a nice little turnaround finish. Huff, a chance at 3.
This team is the style that they play. They are always in a mindset of seeking out great shots. They don't try to beat you with one-on-one skill.
Nice finish in there underneath by Andre Mills. He's got 11. St. Superi underneath. What a find.
And that's why you shoot it.
Lassing. Grant Foster got him. St. Superi.
See, you got that. You got that. I love it.
Davis Fogel getting in on the act. Couple of chances, can't hit. Got all that pent-up energy.
You just wonder, can they come out with a similar effort tomorrow? Really hard to back up a game like this with another at this level.
Fogel! And Greg, you just think about the great teams that Mark Few has had. There's so many talented teams. There's a Diani, but this team, again, when you consider their potential defensively to match what they have at this end of the floor, as Fogel leads in with the shoulder.
And there's a maturity with this group, a lot of experience. You know, they've got a lot of guys who've gone through a tremendous amount of...
It could be a lot more dangerous as they gel and continue to get better.
Jared, scary to think about the ceiling for this team as we're going to get a jump ball here. Possession now in favor of 3 minutes left in regulation. Here comes Fogel. Going to set a record for shots here in just a couple.
Not really necessarily a part of the regular rotation, but not because of his talent. Just hard to find the minutes.
Good old time here in Sin City, up on their feet as they hit the century mark in what has been just an awesome offense. Ain't done yet. Wants to take Metcalf creeping in. Diani unable to squeeze it, and we're down to 6.2.
Highest level still with how Gonzaga played the game here tonight.
The country taking notice. Mark Few's Bulldogs, national title contender yet again, as they have clinched a berth in the championship game here at the Players Era. Gonzaga and Michigan tomorrow, 9:30 Eastern, in a game you can watch on TNT, and you better set your DVR